honestly, in all my years of shooting and doing wildlife expeditions, I'd say this is the closest I've ever come to death.
Really?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait.
And you've done some dumbass shit.
Wait, closer than when you nearly drowned in Sondong?
I don't want to bring that up, but
Wait,
yes.
closer than when you got bit by the snake when you were a kid and had to take the motorcycle?
This is very close to that. I'd say it's closer, if you want me to be honest.
All right, baby.
And it's,
All right.
you want to know
I'm
the
here
best
for
part
it.
about this story?
Yes.
Self-induced.
I was
Of
just going to
course.
say, of course it's self-inflicted. Like, you didn't even have to say that.
Yeah.
What happened?
So we're in Australia. We're milking sea snakes to get venom. Okay, I've never done this before. I've caught sea kraits, banded sea kraits, which are incredibly docile sea snakes, very venomous, but tiny little mouths. They can't really bite you. You know, like the likelihood of something happening is very slim. But in Australia, in Western Australia, in the area we're in, there's 27, maybe it was 21 species of sea snake. There's a ton of species of sea snake, all extremely lethal. One little nick and you're done. Okay?
Wait, are you kidding me? 20? That's great.
Yeah.
You're in Australia,
Cal, you can look it up for us. Western Australia, number of species, either 21 or 27. I don't remember, but it's just insane.
Even the ocean off the coast of Australia is not safe.
It's insane.
People.
So I don't want to give away too much of the story, and this won't be in the show, but we get to the point where we have to catch the sea snake to get venom. 22 species of sea snake, Kyle said. Thank you. So 21 is the number I heard. But anyway, there's a ton of sea snakes. They're all super venomous. Some are aggressive, some are docile, whatever. So we get to the point in the show and our research where I have to catch and milk a sea snake. And I've never done this before. Jump in the water.
Poisonous one? Venomous one?
Venomous. One tiny little drop will kill 100 plus people. Like super, super lethally venomous. Okay.
All right.
And I've never caught a sea snake before. I've only ever caught these kraits and always on the beach or on land. So we have this insane sequence where I'm in water, the snake's lunging at me and I'm dodging it, like doing this whole thing, working with the snake, which is evolved from a cobra. So it's super aggressive. It's 7 feet long. It's a massive sea snake. It's coming at me.
7 feet long?
It's huge
Holy
snake.
Shit.
And
shit.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Kyle. And that wasn't the one, but irrelevant. I don't have pics posted of the one that I'm talking about. But anyway.
Nevertheless.
So catch the snake. I'm kind of like nervous. Like Mitch is like, dude, I've never seen you scared around a sea snake before or a snake before. And I was like, yeah, that was gnarly. Get the snake on the boat. Start doing all this stuff on milking it. Now, I know how to milk snakes. I've done that a lot. Milking is extracting venom. Sea snakes are different. However, their fangs are very hidden in their gums. You have to push the gum up with something to get the fang out.
So you have to like finagle the fucking poison instrument.
The venom.
Yeah,
you have to hold the mouth open and insert a small dropper over the fang and extract the venom.
Oh
right?
Now, that's ludicrous.
It's ludicrous. And in order to do this work, you have to be very dexterous. So you can't wear the big snake-proof gloves. So I had to take the gloves off, as you see in that picture, open the thing's mouth because the teeth are small. And keep in mind, one drop will kill 100 people, the potency of this venom.
Dude.
Okay? And I'm laser focused. Patrick's seen me when I'm doing this kind of thing. Like nothing is breaking my focus.
Sure.
Get the snake's in position, perform the milking, get the mouth open, put the tool in its mouth, take the dropper, put it over the fang, extract the venom, all barehanded. You know, I like, look, there's no cuts on my fingers. There's no way for the venom to enter my bloodstream. Take the venom, which, you know, is mostly going in the dropper, but also sort of rolling down the dropper on my fingers, whatever. And then I'm putting it into these vials, okay? Finish the whole process. Take all the venom, put it in the vials, release the snake. Everything's fine. Nothing bad has happened. Turn to Mitch. Mitch, who everybody knows that listens to this, is used to be our cameraman. He's all the way up to our showrunner now. And yeah, interesting. And he starts arguing with me about something, and I don't remember what. And I'm arguing with Mitch, and in the middle of the argument, after touching the most lethal biotoxic chemical in the world, I'm like, Mitch, you're driving me fucking nuts. And I put my fingers in my eye ducts like this.
Oh my God.
Yes, with the most deadly chemical known to man on my fingers after, like, minutes after milking.
Yeah,
I start rubbing.
yeah.
I start, you know, like you do when you're arguing with someone. You're
Of
like, dude,
course.
like,
I do it with
stop.
fucking jalapeno.
Well, and by the way,
I've done
that's what you do. Like, that is a gesture that would be in my impression of you.
Yeah, that's how
you do.
That's like
you rub your eyes when you're like
frustrated. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And so I've
How
done
long did
this.
it take you to realize after you did it?
5 seconds. So I'm like rubbing my eyes, arguing with him about like a shot or a sequence or something that's like not even super important or relative to what's going on. And I'm like arguing with him, holding my fingers like this, and I'm like,
Oh my God.
And Mitch is like,
it.
what's wrong? Because he saw my face turn white. And I was like, I think I just killed myself.
Dude.
And he's like, wait, what? And I was like, I think I just put sea snake venom in my eye ducts. And he's like, are you serious? And I'm like, did you see me wash my hands after we got done? And he's like, no. I was like, Johnny, you were helping me. Did you see me wash my hands? He's like, no, you didn't wash your hands. We just let the snake go a minute ago. And I was like, I think I just killed myself. I was like, if I have 1 microgram of sea snake venom on my fingertips, I'm dead.
Dude.
And so here's the thing, though. With this particular type of venom in these sea snakes, nothing happens until you drop dead. You're like fine for like 3 to 4 hours.
Oh my God.
So you're fine for 3 to 4 hours. Then you start feeling slight fatigue, and then your heart or lungs shut down in a matter of minutes. And
dude.
So we're out in the middle of the ocean. We've just done this milking. I've just released this snake. I'm now rubbing my eyes, arguing with Mitch about a fucking drone shot. And and I'm like, I think I'm dead.
Yeah.
And Mitch is like, are you serious? And I was like, I think so. There was venom on my fingers, right? And he's like, yeah, we shot it. And I was like, I don't know how much was water and how much was venom. And he's like, yeah, I don't know, man. Your hands are wet. And I was like, okay. So
it's the worst fucking thing ever because you don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know. Yeah.
And so for the next 4 hours, we're out at sea where I can't reach anybody. So I have a friend named Brian who's like the world's leading sea snake venomologist, right? So he would have been able to tell me like, oh, you'll start experiencing this or whatever. But all the reading that I've done is like, you won't know anything. You'll just start feeling some fatigue and then drop dead. We've already had about an 11-hour day on the water. This happens 2 hours before sunset. And we're like, okay, we're done. It's a 2-hour boat ride back in.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting in the boat and I'm like trying to I'm like, all right, don't say anything else to the crew. Don't freak them out. Just like, I'm not going to call my wife, not going to freak her out. Like, just be normal, And I'm telling myself this. I'm like, just be normal. So I'm like, yeah, okay. And then we've just had a 12-hour day on the water that's, had sharks and it's had sea snakes and all this other shit. And I'm like, wow, I'm feeling really, really fatigued. Like I'm exhausted.
Oh, no.
I don't know how much of this is adrenaline. I don't know how much of this is in my head, because there's definitely an adrenaline letdown after that whole experience. And so I'm just sitting on the boat, 2 hours go by and I'm like, okay, I'm still alive. I'm still breathing. And go home, go shower at the house that we're staying in. And then the guys are, yeah, we're going out for dinner. Let's go get some beers and celebrate. I'm like, yeah, definitely. And I'm walking to dinner and I start coughing. Swear to God. I'm like, and Johnny's like, you okay, man? I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. And then we go, we have a beer or two, and I'm exhausted. You've been on these shoots. You're always exhausted at the end of the day. So I'm like, I'm exhausted. And I'm like, I'm going to go lie down. So true story. I head back to the house. I've heard from my friend Brian at this point, because now we're back in town and service and everything. And he's like, yeah, you won't really know. Like, you'll just feel fatigue, and then, you'll probably go pretty quietly if anything bad happens.
Fuck you, Brian.
Yeah,
Tell me some other bullshit.
So stand by. This is where the story's already insane. But so I go back, I leave the bar, which is a 3-minute walk from our house, the one and only restaurant in Coral Bay, Australia, or I think there's 2, and walk back to our house. And I'm the only one. Everybody else is still out. It's like 7:30 at night. I write a note, put it next to the bed, and lie down to go to sleep. And I'm like, I'm not gonna freak my wife out. I'm not gonna freak my mother out. I'm not gonna tell the crew. I'm just gonna lie down, go to sleep, see how I sleep.
The fact that you're dealing with this all just internalizing is the most stressful part for me listening to it.
And at the time I'm going to bed is right around 5 hours from the incident, and 6 hours is when he said it would likely kick in.
So you think you're not waking up for sure?
Did you lay on your back and just fold your arms over you?
I did sleep on my back for maybe the first time in my adult life, as opposed to in the fetal position, cuddling a pillow like I usually do. And and so I wrote a note. I put it next to the bed. I lay down. I went to sleep, and then I was like, this might be it. It might not. And then I just woke up in the morning, and I was like, okay, crumpled up the note, threw it in the trash, didn't say anything. This is the first time I've told anybody. Didn't tell the crew.
It's a wild ride to listen to, man.
And I was like, holy shit, dude. That was gnarly. So thank God, in the venom extraction, apparently none of it had been on my fingertips. That was all just water, or maybe it had, and I'd rinsed my hands without realizing, or I don't know. But it was...
whatever it was.
It was this close.
So, dude.
So I just want to fact check you on something here, Forrest. So I Googled it. So was this a hook-nosed sea snake?
No, this was a horned sea snake.
Oh, okay. Well, I was like, a single drop could kill 100 people? Like, there's no way. The hook-nosed sea snake, which is also found in Western Australia, 1 drop of venom is enough to kill 400 stout men.
400 people. Yeah.
Dude. That is banana.
I'm just like, because I've been a person who has struggled with anxiety, and like I know that you're not, Forrest. Like you've never encountered it in your entire life.
No.
And like that scenario, I might have killed myself within the first hour, like just to not go through the stress of that ordeal.
Well, I'm just picturing like if, like, you know, in that situation, because I've never even seen this in a movie of someone going, I think I just killed myself.
Yeah.
What an odd thing to hear.
Yeah.
Just be like,
and not say anything.
The only thing you can do is be like, all right, let's like get back to shore and start drinking and wait this thing out, man.
Yeah. And I didn't, because if I had like expressed my concern to the crew, all that would have done is made everything worse. Because they would have
100%.
They would have called in a chopper to try and extract it. It would have been a disaster.
Right. Dude, and I didn't know. So I'm just like, say nothing, just be calm, just tell everybody you're tired, you know, and just like, that's it. And just call it a night early and go lie down. And yeah, that was, is that the closest I've ever been to killing myself? I don't know, but it was the most I've ever, it's the first time I've ever written a fucking note.